Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. My name's Rob. If you're new here, I'm an early Ford guy. I work on these old Fords. I got 3 projects going right now. 1970 Fastback Mustang, finishing up the quarter panel on that, and that's going into paint. I've got my 1963.5 Ford Falcon Sprint right here. Love this car. Cool story behind that car. It was my grandpa's car, actually. And then I've got a 1960 Ford F100. If you like these early Fords, just old cars at all, consider sticking around, subscribing to the videos, get involved in the comments. Let me know what you're working on at home. But hey, for now, let's get this knocked out. Let's finish up this quarter panel on this 1970 Fastback Mustang. Guys, where we left off, we had the back end all welded up, and it is, you see, everything fits great. I had some small fitment issues with the end cap here, but got it all ironed out. It's going to do well and fit real nice. We've got to come through here now, and we've got to attach the quarter panel to the fender well, or the tub, really, and then we'll come back over here. We'll get this welded up, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to deal with this. I'm not quite sure yet how the best way to get this is. And the reason I'm concerned is I don't know if you can see that, but this part's kind of sticking up. But we'll get that done. We have this front part welded in here of the quarter panel. We've just got to do inside the door and along the bottom here. And then this thing will be installed. By the end of this video, my goal here is to have this all body worked out and ready to go. And that piece of body work here completed and ready to move on to other portions of the car for body work so we can get this thing painted before it gets too cold out here. Here is some signs of some other work that was done inside this car. I really don't know like the exact history of the car. It's been through the ringer, but hopefully we can bring it back to a state where I'm really comfortable with it. So yeah, I don't know. I think this car was hit, is honestly I think what happened. I think it got a quarter from an accident, that rotted out, and it got a half-ass replacement. Hey look, you can see that's where they cleaned it off for their ground clamp. But all right, we've got this pulled in tight here, and we're probably gonna have to figure out how to get this pulled into that. But we'll come through here and we'll zip these in first, down here on the bottom. I'm working in the car like this. The big deal is, hey, don't burn it down. Welded and complete. We've got a few. There's a hole right there, and then I kind of blew a little one back there. I gotta figure that out. I mean, everything's gonna be seam sealed, so that might be something seam sealer can take care of. But quick fire check, nothing smoking, not burning the car to the ground. All right, cool. Let's shut this bad dog off for a second. Okay, next up is I gotta start welding this up, but you know what? I'm going to do the fender well first. I'm going to start the fender well. But when I do this back here, I want to cut a piece of ram board or something that's like the same size as what I'm doing here. That way nothing gets down into the car. All right, so what I need to do here is, you can see back behind it, the wheel tub is in there. And I've got the fender, or the quarter, pulled into the tub, but now I need to pull, excuse me, I've got the quarter pulled into the tub, but now I need to pull the tub and the lip together. Okay, I've got a makeshift barrier up of ram board and this metal tape right here. And I know it's not going to stop everything, but it made me feel better when I got the helmet down and I can't see if I'm burning everything down or not. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get in here and start welding these up. I don't know why it is, but like the least visible area came out the cleanest. Go figure, I guess. But this is done. That's done. Now we're going to attack this right here and figure out what I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to probably Cleco this and see if I can't pull the two pieces together, and then we'll go from there. I'll Cleco it, pull them together, start working a tack. Oh, I should have left that up. Dang it. I forgot about, I still got welding to do. Got too anxious. Anyways, we'll Cleco it and then see how much it pulls it together. And hopefully that's the fix that we need to get this done. I'm just a little worried here because some of this metal's kind of stretched out a little bit. I mean, nothing a hammer can't fix, right? If you've never seen a Cleco before, this is a Cleco. It's basically this spring-loaded little job here. And you have a pair of specialty pliers. These are home-brewed, but they make them specifically for this as well. But you put them on here and then watch the tip here. As you squeeze them, what it does is it goes down into like an 1/8 inch hole. And then as you let it go, it pulls back and grabs all that material. Let me show you how it works. So I've got my 1/8 inch hole here. I come down and put them in here like so. And then as I let go, you see it kind of pulled the two sheets together. Now I'm gonna put it down and make it a little bit closer. I needed two hands to kind of push the top metal down, but you get the idea. Mud laid down here. I'm using Evercoat, and I've used it for years. I trust it. It's a good product. Anyhow, I have a people call these different things, like a cheese grater. It's basically a really rough, like sort of like a file. But when this stuff starts to tack up before it gets real hard, you can kind of get a lot of the excess off. And I'll show you how that works here in just a second. But you use this to get a lot of the excess body filler off to get your rough shape before you start sanding it. Okay, it's tacked up enough. Let me show you kind of how this works. It's still pretty gooey, but you get the idea. That's kind of what comes out of it, kind of like a cheese grater. Okay, we've got the first application kind of worked down. You see I've got several low spots. I'm going to come back through it. I'm going to work it a little bit more to make sure it's kind of more in line with the two layers, and then apply probably another, I would hope I could do it in one more application, but it's getting there. It looks like a lot of this. Okay, we're gonna seam seal this up. Here's the product I use. It's a 3M seam sealer. It's like forever flexible. It's basically the stuff you find on newer cars. This is black. And the rule of thumb for the seam sealer is wherever two pieces of metal come together or water intrusion is possible, hit it with the seam sealer. One rubber glove for spreadability. Get up in there, spread it around. Of course, this stuff is paintable. End of story. Here comes it. All right, spread it on. All right, we are seam sealed up. I got that part finished up, welded. There's some boogers in there. This was all hacked up, so when I started to weld it in, it blew through the old sheet metal, but I got it patched in pretty well. Anyways, all seam sealed around the top, the bottom, the front of the door, everything. And this right here is coming in real nice. Let's hit it with some guide coat real quick before I sign off, just to see how close we are. So I'll hit it with some guide coat real quick, and then I'll hit it with a longboard, and we'll see where our low spots are. Have any of you used that dry guide coat? I've seen it. I have not used it yet. I hear it's good. I don't really know what the benefit is to switching to it. I mean, like spray paint's $1. It's pretty cheap this way. All right. Looks like we're a little bit low right through here. I could probably get that with a high build primer. I still have a lot of old body filler to pick up off of here, so my longboard's probably picking up some of that also. And then, so in here, again, I think that's a reflection of right here. But a little low right in here. I can't get the board in here very well, but I need to continue to failure this in. But overall, maybe a little bit low right there, but I mean overall, I think it looks killer. And especially since it's going to be a light colored car, I did decide on grabber blue for the car. We're going back to the factory color on the car. I think it deserves it. It's had a rough life, so why not kind of bring it back to its former glory. So light blue on this car. With the amount of body work on this car, I'm not a professional body guy, so I think a light colored car is probably the better, smarter move on that. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to say this is the first big thing I've done on a car like this. I've never pulled a whole entire quarter panel off a car, and I want to encourage you guys, if you are looking at doing this yourself, and that's why you stumbled across these videos, or yeah, this is a total DIY job. This is not a black magic like I once thought it was. Totally doable. So we're gonna call it a video for the day, guys. Thank you so much for coming around. I appreciate your support. Consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to the videos. Helps me out. We're growing every day, slowly, but we're growing. And that's not my focus. My focus is to continue to push these videos out, because the video and getting the videos out, it actually helps me keep pace with myself and like keeps me accountable to myself on getting these projects done. And I'm excited. Your feedback means the world to me, guys. Thanks so much.